We begin this video in the Helford River.
Let's get hold of your dagger board.
So where are we going?
We're going from the car park, we make our way to the cafe and go through the pedestrian gates to reach a lane. We turn right and follow the lane downhill to a footbridge.
So this is a bit like a treasure hunt, is it? Is there any things?
When the village goes down to the footbridge, we have a footbridge at the bottom here.
Right.
Due to the natural harbours offered by the Helford Creek, the village of Helford was once quite an important port for trade in France. Goods imported included brandy, tobacco, lace and landed legitimately were required to pay duty at the old customs bars at the bottom of a couple of steps.
So what gate have we been past?
The kissing gate.
And what do we have to do there?
Kiss if you want, I suppose. Open steps with a path to the right leading down to a small chapel. That's the one we went to before.
The chapel. Route. I presume they're fishing for bass, is it? Sea bass or mullet?
That's some of my radio equipment.
Okay, so yes. Climb up this big Cornish hill, another hill. There was a nice surprise here in this field. There's a bunch of apple trees. This is an art exhibit. Which is all about the environment. The tree got killed by the exhaust fumes from the car. We're having a selfie. I'm taking a photo of us having a selfie. Nice hat catch. Another nice hatched cottage.
That's walnut tree. We've been up here before, Paul. So, maybe the walnut tree.
Oh, maybe. There's the ford. Well, that's us going back to the boats. A nice lunch. Well, Mary and Sarah have gone off on a walk. I don't think they expected to get a downpour. We just had thunder and lightning and lots of rain. So I would think there'll be a couple of drowned rats at the end of the walk. We've got another hour and a half to go. Right, we're in Helford River, just leaving now. We've been here 4 days, 4 nights anyway, 5 days, and had a nice time here. Actually, we've been sheltering for some wind. We're going out, and it is windy out here, but we're going to go down to Falmouth, get some food and some water, and we're leaving our friends on Tui. Have a nice time with them. We've been walking all over the place with them.
For a couple of meals, we've been sharing meals. How many more times do you want to say meals?
Right, you're on. I'm recording.
Oh, jolly dee.
I shall be using this on the
We've been out
video.
for meals. We've actually been for a few meals with them. Quite a few meals, actually.
Would you like to say something about the trip in here?
It's been brilliant in here. It's been like sleeping on a bed at home. No roll or anything. It's been really good.
And we were anchored as well, so it was free, which is even better.
Yes. And it's had some lovely walks around here. We've got, even though Sarah and I got absolutely soaked the other day in the thunderstorm, but yeah, it's been good.
Bit rolly today. We've got a kind of quartering sea, probably 1.5 meters, something like that, maybe 2 meters, some of them. Tankers inshore of us who are, I think, anchoring up. I don't think they're going in anywhere. Just see them in there.
Pilots going on there.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Putting stuff between each layer so we can get out as much bread as we want each time before we put it in the freezer.
Sounds like a cunning plan, eh?
Works well, but it makes a heck of a mess to do this.
Packing the bread away.
Don't fall over. Oh, dear.
reminds me of packing sandwiches up when I went on a trip.
When we were kids, yeah, for the picnics.
Yeah, a jammy sandwich. So this is what today's been all about. We've had patches of sunshine, which you can see in the distance there, and then as you swing around, we've got strong winds here, and we've had lots of big black clouds coming over with rain, real downpours. So we've just been sheltering. There's no point to struggle. Sunshine and downpour coming over the hill. It's been happening all day today, probably every quarter of an hour or so. Passing of the rain left a rainbow, and we received the sad news of the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. So what's happening today, Skipper?
We're off up the Fowl.
Why are we going there?
It's cheaper and another bit more, a bit further up than where we went before to go and explore a bit more.
Sounds good.
Out the wind.
Yeah, it's still pretty windy and wavy, but we're hoping for a little bit better weather in the next few days, aren't we?
It's definitely dropping, and the sea's dropped considerably today. It's down to less than 2 metres.
And we managed to get food and water and powered up and everything else while we were in Falmouth. Amazing how fast some of these traditional calf-rigged boats can go in a stiff breeze. This is Channels Creek, looking up across the lawns to the house. Around this corner is the pontoon we were on the other day, about a week ago. Coming up on the chain ferry here. I think this is the King's Ferry or something it's called. And what looks like, on the charts looks like a pontoon, is actually oyster or shellfish farms on this side. So this being a chain ferry, you've got to be careful here. The chain at the front end, whichever end he's going to, you have to avoid that, and you go around the stern of him. He has priority. So I'm just going to get past here sharpish, because he's about to take off again across the river. So King Harry's Ferry is what it's called. The upper reaches of the Fall have quite deep water actually on this bend, so we saw some large tugs. Well, this large tug. Falmouth Creek. It's quite shallow in there, but there is an anchorage in amongst the moorings here, I think. And this is Tolvern, and there's a smuggler's cottage here. So I think that's a little jetty there, but I don't think it's moorings as such. Just it's moorings rather than pontoons. So this is some pontoons around here. We're not sure whether we can find a space, but that's where we're looking to go.
You like it?
So we're on the Trellisick estate today. We climbed up the big windy path coming up here from the dinghy dock, and there's a chain link ferry here. So we're going to go on the path around the gardens. Another tunnel in the trees. I don't think there's any trains here though. These paths apparently were used by the owners for carriage rides around the estate. View down towards the Carrick Roads, and we came up here yesterday. It's a tight corner in this corner, but there's a bit of some lawns around the corner apparently. I think these are the grounds up to the house. There's the house up the top. View here down the Carrick Road. There's an anchorage here in the bay, and we heron sitting somewhere in there. This little cabin or whatever, maybe an upturned boat. This looks like a nice little meadow, but these areas were normally managed like a giant garden, so these trees would have been planted and the walkways and viewpoints all designed. Beautiful. Creek up here is pretty much dried out. That's the main river. So that'd be still the Fall, I think. And there's Smuggler's Cottage over here, and it goes around the corner beyond there to Truro, River Truro. Some buildings in the woods here that have been here for a long time, tumbled down, but still the walls there. I guess these might have been warehouses, or warehouse or something for the wharf. This is one of those nice little wooden bridges. Probably a poo-stick bridge when the river's up. That might have been the original way of getting across. Some beautiful old trees here. So this is the path down to the jetty, which zigzags backwards and forwards, as you can see. It's like a Swiss mountain pass. It's quite steep here, so that's probably the reason. Jetty down there somewhere. It's not that one, it's a bit further along over this side. So we're headed back to Chain Ferry. Don't know how far we've been. It feels like quite a long time. This is a mooring for bigger vessels. There's an old tug up there. It seems to be sitting doing not very much. So this is the quay that we were on earlier in the day. And we walked back from there. See the boats now. The yacht that was on the mud's now afloat, and the fort is in there. This ancient fort that's on there. We've also got a cormorant by the look of it, sunning itself on the raft there. Nice little creek, but definitely dries out, that one. Not suitable for us. And on our walk we met Hank the dog and owners Dominic and Kylie from one of our favourite sailing channels, Sailing Cador. This is leaving Truro River. We're just heading into the Fall now. There's a little bit of traffic on the river. See, there's a fishery protection or border force boat from here. Didn't see that yesterday. So the weather wasn't great when we left the Fall and headed out past the roads, so we decided we'd turn left and we went into St Mawes again for a overnight. Nothing like eggs Benedict and salmon, smoked salmon, and a copy of the Beano to start the day. So where are we off to?
We're off to see Gary Stokel.
Who's over there? Which one do we think it is?
He's on the right hand one.
Alright, okay, well, we'll take the dinghy right and see if we can go and see him. Cheese, say cheese then.
Cheese!
These are the typical anchor patterns. This is from 2 trips into St Mawes, different anchoring and different wind. My friend Gary was skippering one of 2 Sea Cadet boats.
Well, we're leaving Falmouth, just topped up with water and diesel, and now we're going to be heading to St Austell's Bay to see where we can stay for the night en route to Plymouth.
This is leaving St Mawes and Falmouth area, heading east today. We've been sheltering from a few strong winds, but they've now gone, so we've got northerlies, so we should be reaching along the coast. Hopefully we've got enough to sail today. Scooting along about 7 knots at the moment. Not much sea, plenty of wind, up to 20 knots. It's reefed foresail and full main. Hey ho, we didn't make it to St Austell's, but we did pop into Fowey for a night.
Is it on? Is it on?
It's on!
It's on.
Let's go.
Hi, and hope you enjoy some of our random adventures in Cornwall.
So this was the last of last but one of 2022, and after this one we headed for Plymouth for a haul out.
And Cornwall seems to be full of big hills,
Yeah.
lovely coastal walks, and quaint villages.
We loved it, didn't we?
We did love it, yeah.
But join us next time for some more visits to places in Cornwall. In particular, the harbour that was used for pulled out movies, the series of pulled out, and a few more anchorages, quaint anchorages. Blah, 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 blah. We're out of practice. We're a bit out of practice.
So, till next time. Oh dear. So till next time, fair winds, following seas, and safe anchorages. Bye.
Bye. And a random parcel that Mary's got to work out how to open. Put that in the...
Rip the box open.
Oh, you've got to do your duty.
Oh dear God.
Jeez.
It's falling down.
Hi, hope you enjoyed.
Hi, hi. Hope you enjoyed some more of our random adventures in Cornwall.
Try to start.
Hi. Hi.
We'll have one last go at that.
Oh, you're going to have great fun with the outtakes in this one.